Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Come on now, let's go!
Mike,
White 20!
Mike's 5-4. I got it. Hatchet, hatchet.
Hold on. Check.
On 1st and 10, Goff.
Here we go, G.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Let's go!
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Mike's 54!
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Watch the boot.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover. But he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Murray now, third and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 23-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's get it together, defense.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Super one. Five.
Throwing on third, Goff. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Flag 20.
Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball.
DC.
Following the penalty, it's
Let's go.
Gurley.
Run to the ball. We got to
A
run.
nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Gurley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Goff. He'll fire one end zone for Cook. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Let's go. 30 base. 58 to Mike. Top out.
And to give this time to the tailback. On the stop was Aaron Donald. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Number 53, Mike 53. Watch the out.
Now Murray throwing on second down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Here we go. 10, touchdown. 3. Push him back. Push him back. Switch it. Come on. That's it.
Murray now on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And a Cardinal first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 34. On play action, it's Murray. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Goff now looks to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Right there, 54. No chance.
On first down, it's Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on second and 13, Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, that's trash. That's trash. He's crashing. Value 3. Orange. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
From the gun on third down, Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second and 9, Goff. That's taken in by Henderson. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Alert flare.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Murray now on first down. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
You got him. You got him. Ha ha, you got him.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Watch out.
Value three. Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff nowhere to escape, and he goes down. B.J. Goodson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got
and a big loss here as he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play action. Now it's Murray.
Let's go, defense.
Hauling it in now. Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 27 yards there, a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Let's go now.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
I got you. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Go. Check tight.
They fake the handoff, now Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
First down, Murray sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Murray off play action. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Third and long.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. Third and long. Murray with a third and long. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Christian Kirk. Incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we're going to look at the first drive of quarter three.
It is such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a second and 13. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Murray now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Murray. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds. So possession will stay the same. So that'll back him up 5.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now they try the right side here. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yo, 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 yo.
On 2nd and 7, Murray under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
54. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
54.
Here's Gall.
54. Bring it.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Maverick.
Mike 5-4, Mike
3rd and long. It's gone. And, oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4's coming. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Able to find Isabella. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Arizona.
Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That ball complete to Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On 2nd and 7, Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Check 99. Check 99. Back. 6. Bullet. Half. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Tight dog.
Play fake. Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Not 180. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slats. Watch the slats. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
Gurley again here on first down. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Yeah.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go. 5. Check, check, check.
Second and 5 now. Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Gurley. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
54 Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Shift.
Ric Flair. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's third down and 12.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit. Here goes tonight. White 20. Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Shell.
SOS. Hey, alert 3.
Hold on. Check. Mike 54. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
He had another carry here tonight for Gurley.
Slam.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here we
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Back to throw. Murray.
Number 53, Mike 53.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 1st down, they go option to the right. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score. And he can't get a throw-off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Now they burn the timeout. And they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check it out, read.
Tiger.
Right there.
A free play now for Goff. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
12.
One last throw here for Goff. This one caught by Crowder. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish